Hey everybody, Sean here, and I hope you're doing well. Some people believe that Emperor Nero, who reigned from AD 54 to AD 68, was the beast spoken of in the book of Revelation, otherwise known as the Antichrist. And today we're going to give logical and biblical reasons why this isn't possible. But before we begin, remember that this is not a salvation topic, and you're free to respectfully challenge the points that will be made. There are so many eschatological views, and that means that most people are going to be wrong, even possibly myself, because there can only be one correct understanding. Some will obviously say that I'm wrong, and that's okay. We're still in the family of Christ together, and we care about what's most important, and that's people's salvation through Jesus. With that being said, some have used gematria and have calculated Nero's name to be the 666 spoken of in Revelation 13:18. But on its own, that does not determine who the Antichrist will be, because people have said that about Hitler, the Pope, and even the Roman Empire. There are many other factors that must be true for someone to actually be the Antichrist. Let's start with 2 Thessalonians 2, verses 3 to 4, that speak of the return of Jesus. It reads, "Let no one deceive you by any means, for that day will not come unless the falling away comes first, and the man of sin is revealed, the son of perdition, who opposes and exalts himself above all that is called God, or that is worship, so that he sits as God in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God." So before Jesus returns, the Antichrist will be revealed and sit in the temple of God, showing himself to be God. Nero did not do that. That would also mean that Christ has already returned. And some do believe that and that he's reigning right now, but looking at the state of the world and how it's getting progressively worse, especially against the things of God, it's quite clear that we are not in that time of Christ's reign. But starting in Revelation 13, verse 3, we read that the whole world followed the beast. And that simply isn't true about Nero. In Revelation 13:5, we read that the Antichrist was given power to continue for 42 months. And that's 3.5 years. But Nero reigned for 12 years. In verse 7, we read that he was permitted to wage war against the saints and conquer them, and was given authority over every tribe and people and tongue and nation. This is the whole world, but Nero only had power over the Christians in his area. In the next verse, we are told that all who dwell on the earth will worship him if their name wasn't written in the Lamb's book of life. But no, the whole world did not worship Nero. In verse 13, the beast has an accomplice that does great wonders and even makes fire come down from heaven. Once again, this also did not happen. Yes, there was a great fire, but it didn't get called down from heaven. In verse 15, his accomplice was permitted to give breath to the image of the beast so it could speak. And this also didn't happen. In verses 16 and 17, we read about the mark of the beast on the right hand or forehead, and that nobody could buy or sell without it. That didn't happen in Nero's time, and also remember that once again, this is the whole world. Nero also didn't gather with the kings of the earth to battle Jesus, as we read in Revelation 19:19. And finally, Nero committed suicide. And verse 20 says that the beast and false prophet were thrown into the lake of fire. So that clearly didn't happen either. I think with all the details I've just given, it's clear that Emperor Nero could not have possibly been the Antichrist spoken of in the book of Revelation. But if you've got your own thoughts about this, please feel free to leave those in the comments below. And until next time, take care and God bless.